Hey, Andy Chamberlain, and today we're going to look at some altered chords and how powerful they are. So we're going to start with a bland progression and then go through some ways to alter chords and then come back and spice up that progression so it's nice and good. So here we go. So now we're going to look at some ways that we can spice up that chord progression. So we're going to look at the most commonly used chord progression of all time and do some steps with that and then apply that to ours. So most commonly used chord progression of all time. Yeah, you've heard that before, right? So it's kind of boring. It sounds good, but it's kind of boring because it's just used so much. And we're going to look at some ways that we can change that. So the first way is the minor 4, which if you're musical, you might have heard of that. It's so nice. So nice, right? That minor 4, so good. Now, why does the minor 4 work? It's weird because it's not diatonic. Diatonic meaning within the scale. So the F minor chord, which is that minor 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That minor 4 chord is not diatonic. We've got that A flat. A flat is not in C major. However, it sounds good. Now, why is that? Well, it's because we've got the C, which is already the chord that we're going to. And then we've got these two notes, which are chromatic down to these. They're a half step away, so it's movement by half step, chromatic approach. Chromatic approach. That's what we can use to spice up stuff, and that's why the minor 4 works. If we tried it with a different chord and made that minor to try and go back to C major, say by doing this, it doesn't work as well. They sound totally disconnected. The G minor to C, they sound disconnected, and that's because they are. Because G minor is not diatonic, but there's also no chromatic approach there. So there's really a total disconnect. And if our theory is true, it should also work with different chromatic approaches, such as... And of course, you can hear that that works. It's a little out of context with that C diminished, but the approach works. So there you go, chromatic approach. That's what we are taking away from this. The minor 4 is great, but just in general, we're taking away chromatic approach. That's something we can use. So next, we're going to look at sus chords. So sus stands for suspended, and they're pretty simple. It's just when you take away the third of a chord, which determines whether it's major or minor, and you move it and you take it away so that the listener does not know whether it's a major or minor, and it's kind of suspended in that way. So here's some sus chords. Or. And obviously those don't sound like they're resolved. We need to resolve that. There you go. So that's about it. Some places that you can use sus chords, you've heard them in those like 70s TV logos where it's like HHH Productions or whatever. Yeah, you know, if we wanted to put that on that really common chord progression, we'd go like... Get that minor 4 in there because we love our minor 4, right? Yeah, so the sus 2 and the sus 4, that's what you have. Sus 2, sus 4, right? Here's the 2, here's the 4. Sus 2s tend to go better with minor, sus 4s go better with major, and that comes back to that chromatic resolution. The 4 is a half step away from going to the major. The 2 is a half step from the minor. The 2 works fine with going to a major as well, because we hear major chords more often. But the sus4 does not go to minor well. Check this out. Even if I play a minor progression, it doesn't work very well. Even there, I was playing in minor the whole time, but once I got that sus4, it sounded like it needed to go to major, you know? It still sounds like it wants to go to major, but if I do the sus2, it sounds like it should go to the minor. So there you go. So the last thing that we're going to look at is extensions, chord extensions. So that's like sevenths and ninths and that kind of thing. So we've got dominant chords. We've got the dominant 7, major 7s, minor 7s, and the less common major minor 7, right? But we're going to look at major 7s, major and minor 7s. These guys. They are so versatile. I mean, you can basically put any minor 7 next to any other minor 7, or any major next to any minor, or any major next to any major, anything like that, and it works. Like, it always works. Like, check this out. I mean, those were just kind of just like random minor 7s and minor 9s as well. This is a minor 9, and this is another minor 9, and then a major 7, minor 9, major 7, major 7, major 7, major 7, minor 9. It just is all over the place, and it works. In fact, I even made a song once. It's not done, but I made a progression where I just literally pasted a major 9 chord at different random places. I'll show you that right now. So as you can see, like, I can just like do random major 9 chords and it sounds fine, which is pretty cool. So adding extensions is a great way to do that. So we put that on our really common one. Yeah, sounds pretty nice, right? And there you have it, the power of altered chords. You heard how much better that last progression was than the first one? Well, they were the same chords. It was D, 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 E, D, A, A. And they were the same chords, but we added extensions, and we added chromatic approaches, and we added sus chords, and it sounded so much better. And that's the power of altered chords, is making stuff sound way cooler. Yeah, there you go. This video has taken a lot of work, and I haven't even started editing yet, so who knows how long that's going to take. But if you could like and share, that would be much appreciated by me. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.